Bubba. I went to the University of Michigan, and I had an opportunity to play for the San Francisco 49ers in the NFL. I played for over 10 years, and I had an opportunity to win 3 Super Bowls. Today, I'm going to tell you a story, read you a story, but it's a story that sort of captures my life. My reality when I was young, I was always this big old giant kid, much bigger than most kids. And it was very difficult being different. And because I was different, I used to get picked on, bullied, humiliated. It was a miserable life from my perspective. I thought it was horrible being different because I just wanted to be normal. I wanted to be like the other kids, but I couldn't be because I was so much bigger than them. So I want you to read the story, and the moral of this story sort of captures my journey. So hopefully you can enjoy it and get the same love and enjoyment from it that I got from it. The story is The Ugly Duckling, and is retold by Clara Daniels and illustrated by Tammy Artner. One fine spring day, a mother duck sat on some eggs in her nest. She wanted to keep them eggs warm, so she sat quietly and waited for them to hatch. The mother duck had 5 eggs in her nest. 4 of the eggs were small, the 5th was very big. Sort of remind me of me, big old giant egg. See the big egg? Then one day, the eggs began to hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4 small eggs hatched, but the biggest egg didn't hatch. So the mother sat down again. She kept the biggest egg warm. She waited for it to hatch too. See her sitting there saying, oh Lord, when is this egg gonna hatch? Just sitting there, this big old giant egg. Sort of remind me of me. Finally, the big egg began to crack. The last duckling popped out. Creep, creep, he said. The mother duck stared at her baby bird's long neck. She looked at the gray feathers. She looked at the other duckling. He's not like the others, she thought, but it's my little duckling and I will love him very much. See, this duck came out almost as big as his mama. That's how I was. During the summer, the mother duck wanted to teach her ducklings to swim. She walked to the water. The 4 yellow ducks followed her. So did the big little gray duck. What's that ugly thing? Said the other ducks at the pond. Leave him alone, the mother said. He is my little duckling. He can swim. He is big and strong. He'll be a handsome duck one day. Sometimes people pick at you. When you're not like them, they always will highlight your differences. But my mother was the same way. She'd always tell me, Junior, one day you're going to be a handsome big boy. Just hard for me to understand it when I was young. But the ducks didn't leave him alone. They hissed and they pecked at him. They called him the ugly duckling. So he decided to run away. The ugly duckling swam up the river. There he met some wild ducks. Hey, little ducks, hey, how y'all doing? But there were hunters nearby. They fired some shots. The ugly duckling was frightened. The wild ducks flew away, and the ugly duckling was alone again. They all flew away, but the ugly duckling just hid. The ugly duckling swam on up the river. Soon he came to a college. He was very tired. He laid down and went to sleep. The next morning, an old woman found the ugly duckling. I'm so glad you're here, she said. You can be a big help. Come meet the other animals. The ugly duckling was very happy. He had found a place where he was wanted. I'm so happy they're going to love me for me. That's what he thought. Can you lay an egg? The hen asked. No, said the ugly duckling. Can you catch a mouse? The cat said. No, said the ugly duckling. Then what good are you? Asked the hen. The ugly duckling had no answer. He felt very sad, so he went back to the river. They're like, you can't lay eggs and you can't catch mouse? You're different from us? What good are you? Sometimes when your purpose is different from other people's purpose, they can't understand it and they even kick you out more. The ugly duckling swam and he swam. He caught fish to eat. He grew bigger and stronger, but he was very lonely. One day, in the chilly fall, the ugly duckling saw some beautiful birds in the sky. They were snowy white. They had long, slender necks. How he wished he could fly with them. See the beautiful swans just flying through the air? See, the ugly duckling didn't know what he looked like. He saw himself as ugly, but he saw them as being beautiful. Winter came, and the ugly duckling found a small pond where he could stay. But it got colder and colder. It snowed and it snowed. Then one day, the ugly duckling found that he could not swim. The pond had frozen. He was stuck in the ice. He stayed there so long, he was stuck in the ice, frozen, and couldn't even move. Trying to find his place. A woodcutter saw the ugly duckling stuck in the ice. The woodcutter chopped away the ice. He took the duckling home. The woodcutter put the duckling in front of the fire. Soon the ugly duckling was warm and happy. He's out of the house now. He's in the house now. He's sitting in there warm and comfortable. He thought he finally found his place in life. The next day, the ugly duckling felt better, but the woodchucker children wanted to play. They chased the duckling all around the house until he flew out the door. Many more days passed. The ugly duckling became cold and hungry. Didn't find a place at the home. Couldn't find it. Still chasing, trying to find what he was meant to be and what he was meant to do. One day, a warm breeze blew through. Spring was coming. The ugly duckling looked up at the sky. He wanted to fly, so he raised his wings up and he went. As he flew, the ugly duckling saw some beautiful white birds down below. They were swimming in the pool. The ugly duckling said, "How beautiful are those that are swimming in the pool?" So the ugly duckling sitting in the world, up in the air, looking down and seeing all of these in this little pool of water. He said, "Look at how beautiful those ducks are." He just wished that he could be like them. Thought they were so beautiful. The ugly duckling flew down to the water. The beautiful white birds all came swimming toward him. The ugly duckling was frightened. "Please don't hurt me," said the ugly duckling. "I know I'm very ugly." One of the birds said, "How could you be ugly? You're a swan, and swans are beautiful." The ugly duckling looked at himself in the water. He saw he was not ugly, but he was beautiful. For the first time, he took the time to look at himself, and he saw that everything that everyone had ever said about him, how everyone had made fun of him, he realized that he had defined himself as ugly. People said he was ugly, but he saw himself for the first time as being beautiful. "Look," cried a little girl from the shore. Look at the new swan. He's the most beautiful of them all." The new swan raised his wings, and all the children came to look at him. Now he was there amongst all the swans. He was big and he was strong and he was beautiful. He was so beautiful that all the people who came out there realized there was something different about him, that he was the most beautiful of them all. But all of his life, he thought he was ugly. The ugly duckling had been very unhappy. Now he knew where he belonged, and he was with the beautiful swan. And at least now he was very happy. Eventually, he discovered that he wasn't an ugly duckling. Sometimes it's hard for us to tell who and what we will become when we're young. But the thing that I want you to remember is that from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, you're perfect in every way for your purpose. You may not understand why you are the way you are, but you were made precisely for the purpose that you were given to do. Everything about you is perfect. So next time someone calls you ugly, you remember the story of the ugly duckling and tell them, one day I'm going to be a beautiful swan. Thank you for your time.